Are you wondering if the upcoming election will have an impact on the housing market? Stay with me so we can dissect it all. This is Celina Acosta, your Phoenix, Arizona real estate agent, here with your July 2024 market update coming up. Despite the common belief that presidential elections affect the housing market, data shows that they actually have very little impact. For the most part, uncertainty paralyzes most people, so a lot of buyers stay on the sidelines in the months prior to the election, and then regardless of who wins, buyers and sellers that need to make a move will continue with their plans after November. If we go back 40 years, meaning the last 10 presidential elections, we can see that neither the interest rates nor the home values were affected much during that election year, regardless of who won. History tells us that home prices usually keep climbing in the long run. Here's a table of home price appreciation of the last 10 elections. So home values are not really affected much at all. Home values are going to do what they're going to do regardless of who wins. I always say that a president inherits an economy. So now let's look at the mortgage rate of the last 10 election years. Looking at it, we can clearly see that there was no dramatic drops or dramatic increases. However, you can see that the interest rate went down about half the time, 6 out of 10 times actually, and then up 4 out of the 10 times. So for 2024, we still don't know what's going to happen. It may go either way. We're still a few months away from the November 5th election, and no one knows if we're going to get a drop in the mortgage rate yet. But that's the expectation, that we're going to get a small drop in the rate, just like we got the previous times it dropped. The Fed said inflation numbers need to come down to 2% in order to get a rate reduction. So we will see. What do you think it will happen? Comment below. I expect the second half of 2024 will be better than the first half for buyers in terms of mortgage rates. Last year, from July to October, rates rose from 7 to 8%, increasing payments by hundreds of dollars and knocking many buyers out of the race. This time around, housing analysts are not expecting more dramatic rate increases. Instead, multiple factors are pointing towards an improvement. I don't see home prices dropping, but if rates continue to decline over the summer, then we don't need prices to decline to make homes more affordable to buyers. You may not see this way, but this market has continued to get better for buyers. Half of the homes that went under contract in June were on the market for over a month prior to an accepted contract, compared to 21 days last year. Price reductions are up 88% over last year. 55% of sales involve seller-paid incentives to the buyer, the highest percentage this year so far. And as the market has shifted out of a seller's market into balance, it has become a friendlier space for buyers, especially first-time home buyers, buyers looking to assume an FHA or a VA loan with a low down payment, or get down payment assistance, including closing costs with that. Buyers now will find more opportunities with sellers and with builders today. Oh, what a difference a couple of years can make, because only 2 or 3 years ago, it was impossible to see a seller giving the buyer any concessions or any grace at all. It was a completely different world back then. Homes were getting multiple offers. Most of the offers were for over asking, and not only were they not asking for anything, they were waiving inspections and appraisals and loan contingencies, but now it's a more comfortable environment for buyers. If you're a buyer now or just recently bought your home, comment below and tell me your experience. Did you get any breaks in the price? Did you get any closing costs paid? Remember, as with many opportunities in real estate, these conditions will not last forever. If mortgage rates continue to decline, these good times may shift again. Existing homes for sale near new construction are struggling to sell. These growing communities are directly competing with existing sellers as builders create shiny new inventory for buyers to consider. Also, builder incentives are more attractive to buyers usually. Single-family permits are up 56% compared to last year, reflecting a strong optimism here in the Phoenix Metro or Central Arizona that isn't reflected in other parts of the country. This is a market the Phoenix Metro hasn't seen since 2014 and 2015. Sellers need to prepare their homes for sale, adjust their expectations, market their listings professionally, price the listings accurately, and negotiate with the buyers with giving them concessions. It's markets like this one that demonstrate the need for representation and guidance from a professional and experienced real estate agent. In conclusion, presidential elections have only a small and temporary impact on the housing market. The housing market is influenced by many factors, including supply and interest rates, that have a greater impact than a presidential election. For most Americans, election results will have little effect on their income and therefore should not significantly impact their decision to buy or sell a home. I hope this information was helpful. Stay cool and see you next time.